Welcome to Unsolicited, y'all. This video has been put off for so long. I felt like I was just getting out of my will and out of my purpose. But today, on this very day, I'm 52, but on this date, I had to tape it because it is the start of an important date, and I'll get into that later on. But this is unsolicited. The channel started because I am always giving advice. People call me to get advice, but I find that just from my experience and the auntie and the mother in me, that I just give advice, to people, always wanting them to be better, do better, or a lot of my advice is prevention, especially I have a TikTok channel, Unsolicited with Auntie Angie, and that came from me just wanting young people to do better. When I don't even know how old I was, but I had my daughter at 32. So I would say even almost around 40, I just realized how much I didn't know, and all the things as far as like values and self-love and expectations and standards, all the things that matter in life. I did not know the basics. Like I was not instructed on it. One thing, let me just go back, rewind back to the beginning of my life and my story. I am the youngest of eight children, born and raised in Portland, Oregon. A lot of this stuff I can break down later, but I do want to keep this video. As a matter of fact, I want to time it. I want to keep the video um, to like 20 minutes. Anyway, um, I'm the youngest of eight, come from a two-parent home, very good parents, raised Christian. My parents were married 59 years before my dad passed in 2018. And so, being the youngest of eight and coming from a family full of love, no family is perfect, but full of love, just, I guess, spoiled, all the things. What I learned as I started to do the work after being in a situation for over a couple of decades, I learned that although it was modeled for me, and granted, my mother was 18, my dad, he moved away 3,000 miles away, came from a colorful background, and he created a functional, loving family 3,000 miles pretty much away from where he was raised. And he was a single, parent home, just like I said, a colorful background. Either way it goes, with all that, I, in the midst of my situations, and especially this one in particular, the longest situation, I realized I wasn't instructed. Like um, I wasn't warned about like the wolves and that there are evil people. There are people that will prey on you. Um, if you don't see yourself, no matter how great you are or whatever, people um, see you a mile away. And so I came from what I came from, but there was just a lot that was missing. Like my dad didn't say like, I love your mom this way, so find a man, that treats you this way, or no one deserves you, or none of that. They did the best they could do, but I realized how much I lacked instructions. So finding myself in situations and just with people that I needed to be around, um, people, families, whatever it is, because without that, I would not possess what I possess. I wouldn't have the knowledge and the experience and everything in order to prevent and warn you. So I'm happy about it. I'm just happy. I'm proud of myself, all the things. at this point in time in life, and we'll talk about things more. But in my intro, I wrote notes. Really, my why for doing this is preventions. And it's no, I know there's niches, but I want this to be for my nieces and my nephews. I want this to be for people of all races. I want this just to be for humans that need advice. There are a lot of young people out here that do not have parents, aunts, grandmothers like the days of old that just have common sense, that have values, that really have a time to pour into them. Those days are kind of non-existent. You know, we had grandparents, we had parents. We, even if you had a single parent home, the standards and just the quality of parents were different. So, what I see missing for young men and women is just basic knowledge, caring, just the really transparency of the mistakes that someone like me has made, and just the willingness to want to share advice and knowledge and wisdom. Like these kids are struggling. They really are. And when I found myself in the situation, and once I realized, um, just in a sense, how I was kind of getting played and manipulated and a lot of stuff. One thing for sure, I didn't know what I was doing, but I made it a point to teach my daughter a lot of stuff. Like she was learning about boundaries and values and all that stuff at like 7, 8, 9. Because please believe if your children are watching corn and different things like that at 8 and ages that we don't want to realize, and more parents, it's just a way of life now, but the kids are getting devices and phones and all that stuff early on, left alone, unsupervised, and we don't even realize what they are actually watching on these devices. And then on top of that, there's no instructions. So I wanted to be able to help aid and instruct. Some of the advice, and I do have uh, nieces and nephews, really men and women, clients, people that ask me things, and it's not just young girls. So that's why I leave it open. And that's why my TikTok is Unsolicited Advice with Auntie Angie. It's for my nieces and my nephews. And this is just unsolicited, just for business purposes, branding, just to keep it more clean. But at the same time, I don't want to have the niche of, just young ladies or whatever. This is a platform advice for everybody. And then my goal is also to have other aunts and uncles or other grown-ups to give advice and preventative knowledge for the young people that's just missing today. If it takes a village to raise people, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to help this world to be a better place. And there's no reason why we can't step in to help people and just to fill in the blanks and to help steer and mentor and coach and parent, whatever it is, the young people. So that is my goal, is to just get as much information, different subjects, to bring people in and for us to help the young people of the world today, because parents and just what used to be yeah, they're just not there, and we need to help them. And I want to bring in more people to be in my village. Until then, I will have, what does it say? Hand gestures. Turn on reactions to express yourself. Anyway, I don't know what it's saying. My desire. Now that's when we get to the niche. My desire is to teach and minister and mentor young girls. That is my ultimate desire is to prevent young girls being like me way early on. I look at my daughter and I just see all the things that I poured into her and how it has really produced a wise, smart, cautious, and just a great young woman. And I didn't know, how she would turn out. I didn't know that the way that I was pouring in and what the outcome would be, but to see her and to listen to her and to just, yeah, witness her, I am convinced that it is the right thing to do is to give information and knowledge early on. And so that is what I want to do when it comes to finances, self-respect, value, relationships, love, career, whatever it is. I want to be a part of helping young girls to just be better than me. So, um, I'm taping. The sweet daughter I just spoke about came in. But one of the other things is for me is ask me how I know. I'm not speaking out the side of my neck. I have experienced the subjects that I will be bringing up. And I have lived it to where I just know it's necessary, and the earlier, the better. And I just have a desire. And I know for quite some time I have sought out, if it's kind of brainstorming and what is it, masterminds and just doing this and that and trying to make sure everything is perfect. And that is not the way to go. Sometimes you just need to do things and you need to um, make things happen to where you know that outside of fulfilling your purpose, that people are waiting on you. I know people are waiting on me. I know when I see videos that resonate with me, it's an answer to prayer. And so I want to be an answer to prayer. I want to be that answer that a parent is looking for. I want to be the answer that a young man, young woman, a person like me looking to be an auntie or a role model, a mentor to these young people that need it. So yes, I am a little bit all over the place, but then no, I'm really not. It's about helping and mentoring and sewing into these young people and creating a village and a support system. Thank God, outside of me just really making it a point to be a intentional mother and parent, especially with everything that I just realized the things that I did not know. I had a support system, where she can see a healthy marriage, healthy marriages, and respectful women and modest people and all types of things. And those are the subjects that I want to talk about. Like I said, finances, self-value, but modesty. And that I think that goes both ways because you can have a parent that is not modest, and of course, that mainly points to women. But there has to be an effect for young girls seeing a parent that is immodest, and the same thing for young men. And that is what I'm interested in. And I also just have a passion for the effects of, different things or the lack of parenting or the lack of time, different things that just affect human beings that will eventually perhaps affect my daughter. She, will want to be married one day. And then there's, young men, young ladies in my life that they want to be married, they're in a relationship, and they have questions. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it. I just wanted to come. I wanted to tape. I wanted to get this ball rolling. I look forward to the show. I look forward to my people. I look forward to just being able to divulge the information, the life that I've lived, everything that I've experienced is so exciting. But I had to do this today in order to reach my person because one thing, you guys, when we procrastinate and we aren't obedient, I had to be obedient today. But when we are not obedient, it really stalls and halts what is in store. It stalls and halts the gift that we could be giving to somebody else. So I thank you guys for listening. I look forward to talking to you guys. Let me know if there's any subjects or anything in the comments. Like, subscribe, all of the things, and I just look forward to building a relationship with you and sowing into these people and giving everything that is in me. When I die, I want to die empty. Okay? All right. Bye, y'all.